My daughter has always kind of flirted with drugs, and when she became pregnant, I didn't realize that how much of that was serious. And it wasn't until she was 3 months old, my granddaughter, that I kind of started to get it that there was a serious problem. I wasn't sure what it was because I knew nothing about drugs. My daughter was in crisis. I was in crisis. I had chronic fatigue, and so suddenly I had this baby who was in crisis as well. She was no longer looking you in the eye. She no longer smiled. She had lost a lot of weight. She just was not, she wasn't doing okay. This was my daughter. This wasn't just some person walking the street who had a drug addiction. Suddenly I had to recognize that my daughter had a drug addiction. I'm not only taking care of this baby who's not okay, like she was not okay. I'm having to read up about drugs. I'm learning more about drugs than I'd ever had to learn before, and it was freaking me out. And so here I am now. It's 12 years later. Instead, the pressure is put on the grandparent to recognize what it is, deal with the crisis that brought them there, figure it all out. Pay for it. Decide how it's going to happen, or decide what are the things that kids deal with. Like, that should be just, I don't know, do you know a place where we have a checklist of what kids might deal with when they come into the care of their grandparents? Why does every grandparent have to figure this out on their own? There are some things, like the book you guys created, Grandparents Raising Grandkids. That was an incredible resource. Yeah. I remember getting that thinking, oh, I wish I'd had this way back then. Yeah. Yeah. I think when you love your grandkids, that gets you through a lot of stuff. Right there. That's the beginning part of it, and I think that's probably true for every grandparent who does this. I've had people say, wow, you're amazing, you did this, but I honestly think that most grandparents in my position would have done exactly the same thing. So getting to know other grandparents who've gone through similar things has helped a great deal. In some ways, all the stuff that's been hard has been the external stuff. The actual raising of Abby, the truth is that I've been blessed. I mean, I have a great kid that I'm raising. So, and I know there are grandparents who are raising kids who have way bigger issues than Abby. So all in all, I would not have done it any differently. I'm not sorry. I don't regret making those choices and being able to hang out with this kid.